Is my voice audible to everyone? What about the screen? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start our session. Good evening, everyone. Today's topic will be learning Python basics. That is your first step into programming. So over the next hours, we will explore how Python, one of the most popular and beginner-friendly language, help you turn your ideas into real working programs. Whether you dream of building website, analyze data, automating boring tasks, or dive into artificial intelligence, Python is the perfect place to start. So by the end of this session, you will not only understand how Python works, but also feel confident to write your first few lines of code. So let's begin our journey. Just a second. So Python is a high-level interpreted and object-oriented programming language created by Guido van Rossum in 1991. So it's named after Monty Python's Flying Circus, a British comedy show, not the snake. Okay. Unlike languages that use heavy syntax like C++ or Java, Python is designed to be simple and readable. You can almost read it like English. So for an example, if you want to print something on the screen in other language, you might write 5 or 6 lines, but in Python, you just type print hello world, right? So that's it. One line and the computer talks to you. Python simplicity make it ideal for beginners, but don't underestimate it. It is powerful enough for Google, Netflix, NASA, and even ChatGPT. Let me ask you a quick question. Who here use ChatGPT or Google search? You can raise your hands, guys. Okay, see, almost everyone. So, well, both of those rely heavily on Python for backend AI systems. Why should we learn Python? So, as I have told you, Python is very beginner friendly. So, Python syntax reads like English. For example, instead of symbols like curly braces or semicolon, you simply use indentation, that is spacing. This helps you focus on logic, not on punctuation marks. Then, Python has one of the biggest developer communities in the world. If you were ever stuck on some point, someone already solved that problem online. So, Stack, Overflow, GitHub, and Python forums are full of helpful people. Then is powerful libraries. Python has thousands of libraries that is ready-made toolkits that save time. You want to do web development, use Django or Flask. You want to analyze data, use Panda or NumPy. You want to build an AI, try TensorFlow or PyTorch. This flexibility makes Python the foundation of modern tech. Then is infinite scalability. You can start with small scripts like a calculator app and scale up to complex systems like Netflix recommendation engine. Python grows with you. So tell me, what's one thing you would love to build using Python? A website, a chatbot, a game, or maybe a data analysis tool? Anyone? Okay, data analysis tool. Anyone else? Guys, I'm just asking. There's no correct answer or wrong answer. I'm just asking to tell your ideas. What you want to make using Python. Can we make Software using Python. Okay, nice question. Am I audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So you can definitely make full-fledged software using Python. In fact, it's one of the most popular language for software development world. So, softwares like Google, Netflix, Instagram, and Spotify, even NASA uses this. So for desktop application, there is different libraries that is think Kiwi, and for web application there is Flask, Django, Fast API. Okay, so for mobile applications, we can talk about Beware and Kiwi. For games, you can use Pygame and Panda 3D. So these are some two libraries that you can use over there. Any other questions? Okay. So after knowing why you should learn Python, let's see how you can write your Python code. First Python. So open a code editor or an online IDE like Replit or Jupyter Notebook. How many of you use Visual Studios? Okay, for everyone's knowledge, I would be using Visual Studios most of the time. And how many of you use Jupyter Notebooks? Okay, there are some people. Okay. So the code I will be providing, it will be, you can use it in both Jupyter Notebook and even in the Visual Studio. Okay. So can anyone tell me how we can write hello world or print hello world? Pranav, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, okay. You have already given your answer, right? Yeah. So, see, we can write hello world by print, parenthesis, then we will write hello world in semicolons. So, the print function simply display the text or data on the screen. And, you can try changing the text inside the quotes and run it again. So, the different code will be printed, right? So, let me just, share you my screen for Visual Studios. Okay, is my screen visible? Okay. Yeah. You can see here. Can anyone tell me what would be the answer of this particular question? Like print 5 plus 3. Guys, put your hand down, then I would ask you. Okay. Yeah, Sai, why it would be 5 plus 3? Why not 8? Okay, some people are saying 8. Explain me, someone, unmute yourself and explain me why 8.
Ma'am, because here 5 and 3 are integers, not string. That's why it will be added, not concatenated.
Nisha, it's a multi-line comment. What is multi-line comment? Like, where did you see that? It was over here. Ignore that. I'm asking about this particular.
In this program, we are only concatenating two integers, not the strings. So it is
Yeah,
getting added, ma'am.
right. So basically, if we have added over here quotations, then it would be 5 plus 3. And it would be considered as string. So string are added on quotations. And integers or floats are like the operations are done without the quotation marks. Am I clear? Okay. So basically, what I'm going to tell is Python doesn't need a compiler. It runs instantly using the Python interpreter and make it perfect for experimentation. Okay, just let me share my PPT again. Then, at, at last, we will be doing some, operations and all. Okay, share. Yeah, is it visible to you? Okay. So, anyone could explain me what is variable? It is a container to store the data. Okay. Okay. So variables are like containers. They hold information you can reuse later. Right. Most of the answers are correct. So basically, variable is like containers. They hold informations or data you can reuse later. So Python is smart, right? It automatically figures out the data type, and you don't have to specify whether it's an integer, string, or float. That's called dynamic typing. Can anyone tell me what are the major data types?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
integers, strings,
Mhm.
booleans, float.
Mhm. Right. So integer, like we will be like right now, we will be knowing about four major data types. That is integer, float, string, and boolean. So integer is whole numbers. When we talk about float, it is decimals. Strings are like text, and boolean is true or false case. Right? Am I clear? Okay, boolean, strings, and is okay. String data is- So test your understanding. What data type would be 3.14? Float, float, okay. What about hello? Without quotations. Without quotations. None. Right. Yeah. So a string would be classified only using quotations. Okay. Guys, is any other, facing the network issue or something? Anyone else? Okay. Let's talk about operations now. So operations, you know, like when we're talking about operations, it's like math and logic. Operators are what make Python do things, calculations, comparisons, and decision makings. So anyone can tell me what is arithmetic operators? Okay,
Ma'am, it
Operators.
performs.
go on. Go on. Okay, just raise your hand. I will ask you. Okay. Uh, First is Hitanshi. Okay. Okay, Krishna. Krishna. Okay. Pranav.
Arithmetic operators are the operators which are used to perform mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, division, and
Mhm.
all.
Right. So basically, additions, power, reminder, quotient, or you know, subtraction. These are arithmetic operators. Now, what is comparison operators? Other than Pranav. Okay, Pranav, go on. Okay. Yeah, Hitanshi.
Comparison operators compares the two values that are equals, not equals, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal, etc. ma'am.
So basically, it tells us if the condition we are applying is true or false, right? Okay. What about logical operator? So I'm telling you, this operators allows your program to think logically. They are the foundation of decision making in Python, right? We can take an example of and, or, and not. These three are the logical operators. Am I clear? Okay. So we are in the last slide, that is control flow and decision and loops. So now here, what things get exciting. Control flow lets your program to make decision and repeat action automatically. Let's take an example of if-else statement. The Python execute code based on the conditions, right? When it comes to loops, it let your code repeat without rewriting the same line. Am I right? Can anyone give me an example of if-else statement? Anyone? Just unmute yourself. You can tell.
Ma'am, if age is equals or greater than 18, then print you can vote, else you cannot vote.
Right. Okay, so let me share you my screen and we will have some operations. Just Just a minute, guys. Yeah, is it visible? Okay, let's start from here. So I have written three data types. So anyone who's willing to tell me which data type is what? Everyone put your hands down. Everyone put your hands down. Okay, now you can, put your hand up. So I would ask. Okay, Yamini, Pranav, go on. Why only Pranav and Itanshi, Yamini and all? Go on, explain me which integer it is. This three integer I'm telling you. Data type is this.
The data type stored in variable name, it is a string data type.
Mm-hmm.
The data type which is stored in age is a integer data type,
Mm-hmm.
and the data type stored in height is an float data type.
Okay. So tell me one thing. For an example, I just add here plus I. What data type would be? Right. So it would be a complex data type. Okay. Okay, let's come to some operations. I have declared x as 10 and y as 3. What would be the answer of print x plus y? Would be addition. X into y, it would be double, power, it would be power, and x percentage y, it would be remainder. Right. So for quotient, for taking out the quotient, what would be the symbol over here? Write down the symbol.
Percentage symbol, ma'am.
Why percentage? I told that percentage is for reminder. For quotient, what would be? Right. So is it double or single module? Let's just try. Just do. Single one for answer and float, and double is what? Float division. Okay, just a second then. Now is it okay? See, when we talk about addition, power, and other things, subtraction and all, so we use double exponential for power. What if I use over here single? What would be the answer? Why 30 over here? It was 1000. Single is for multiplication. Double is for power. Am I clear? So these all small details you need to know. That if I use percentage, it would give me reminder. If I use double modulus, it will give me quotient and total in a whole form. Okay, let's talk about comparison. Okay. When we used greater than, then what was the answer? Like 10 is greater than y, so it would give us true. What is double equals to? Anyone? Comparison, but double. Yeah, it's a comparison, but what does it mean? Why we
When
use
we
double equal to?
when we use a double equal to, it shows that the first value and second value both are equal to each other.
Okay, when we use single equals to, what does it show here?
It
I'm
it is
pressing the
used
value.
to store the value in variable.
Sorry?
Single equal to is used to store the value in the variable.
Right. So when we talk about double equals to, it means whether the particular thing is same or not, or equal or not. Okay, and single equals to is not used for only storing value. It like we are asking here as a comparison, right? So it will give an invalid keyword argument. Okay. Next, just a second. Who's going to explain me this particular code?
Ma'am, which part of the code?
Yes.
Ma'am, it will print welcome to college because here we are using the AND operator and both the things are true. Like age greater than 18 and is true. Both are true, so the AND will give true.
Okay. See. First is underscore student is true. So here we are going to create a variable called is underscore student, and we will assign the boolean value as true. Okay, that means yes, this person is a student. And think of it as a yes or no switch. Okay, so true is for yes and false is for no. We are given over here that age is 20. Right. So this create another variable called age, and the value 20 means the person's age is 20 years old, and it's a numeric integer. Right. Then when we come to if else, so if age is greater than 18 and is student, like is underscore student, then what it will give. So if is a keyword that check whether the condition is true, right? If it's true, the Python runs the intent code inside the block, and if it's false, the Python skip it. So breaking down this particular thing, so age is greater than 18, so it checks whether the person is older than 18. If the as we have assigned over here that age is 20, so it's true, and is student it is already a true value. That means what it will show. That means it
You
will
are
show,
an adult. Into
yeah,
you.
not adult.
You are an
Welcome to
adult.
the college. Welcome to the college. I am not writing over here any adult or something, right? I'm telling that if this particular statement is correct, then I want you to print this particular statement. Am I, everyone understood about this particular thing? Check what you're going to write in the print section, what you're going to give the condition and all. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. See. Here I have given age is 18. Then if age is greater than equals to 18, print you are an adult, and else print you are a minor. So this type of statement are known as if-else statements. Right? What it will print, as I have given my age is 18 equals to 18. So I'm already equal to 18, and it will print I'm an adult. This particular thing is mostly using for voter or for legal stuff. Right. Can anyone give me any other example than 18, like age 18 or something like that? Yeah, the output is you are an adult. Any other examples? How we can use if-else statements? Manikanta, I don't understand why did you write 14. Did you want to replace this particular thing with 14? See, you are a minor. Okay. So, till if-else statements, am I clear? Yeah, greater number among two numbers is another example. Very nice. This type of questions would be, you know, asked, or we can say this particular types of question would improve your logic skills. Let's come to for. So for is used in which kind of like these are which kind of condition statements or control statements?
To run in a loop for statement, like its ranges from this to this, we can use for.
What about while? Do while? Okay. So for is used where the range or where we know the limitations of our particular task, and while is not used for that. Okay. So here, as I've given for I in range 5, print hello I times. Okay. So each time it will be decreased. So hello, then 0, hello 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. It will be done 5 times. So your task is to do the same thing using while. Okay. So I'm giving you 3 to 4 minutes. The person who does it first will be marked accordingly. And let me just, stop presenting this. And you can ask any type of questions you want, anything you want. Okay. So your time start now. I'll take your answers in 3:34 in 8:34. So 8:34 I'm telling. 8 840. Okay. Do you want me to repeat, guys, or is it okay? You can understand what I have told you just now.
Repeat, ma'am.
Okay, I am telling you that do the same thing. Like I want hello 5 times without using for loop. Use while loop. I'm not asking about for. I'm asking about while, guys. Okay, so I equals to 0 while I is less than 5. Print hello. Okay. Okay, what does I plus plus mean? And what does I equals to 1? Plus equals to. I want
Mean that ma'am every time I will increase.
I
After
plus
one time
plus
hello print,
means
then I plus plus means we will run the code and then print the hello, right? Then after one time hello print, then I plus plus means increase the number. Then repeat the code and when 5 times hello print, then the loop is the over.
Ma'am, I plus plus means post increment.
okay.
Ma'am, it
So
increase the value of I by 1.
okay, see. So basically in Python, I plus plus does not exist like it does in C and C plus plus or Java. Okay, instead of that, we write I plus equals to 1. And this is this in this way, Python increment a variable by 1. Okay, so when we talk about why it does not work in Python, uh, Python do not have plus plus or minus minus operation. So I plus plus would be interpreted as I plus then whole some kind of value. So which does not change the value of I basically. If anyone wants to try this particular thing that add I plus plus at the last, what would be the answer? Anyway, will it show any kind of what we say error or something? Those who have done this particular code.
Ma'am, it will show an error.
Is it showing an error or it's not showing an error?
Showing an error.
Right. So do not use n plus plus I plus plus over there. You can use I plus equals to 1. Yeah. So till here, any doubts you can ask?
Ma'am, give an example for do and while. Do while.
Just a minute. So when we talk about like what I have told you, I have told you that in Python we have two major loops, that is while loop and for loop. When it comes to do while, it does not have built-in do while loops like C or Java. So but we can mimic it using while true loop and break the statements. Yeah, no do while loop is present over there. So wha- do while loop always execute the loop body at least once before checking the condition, right? But in Python we use while true plus break to stimulate this kind of behavior. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, done.
Yeah, like everyone would have learned about do while and for in Java or C++ or C, right? So Python does not have do while loop, inbuilt do while. Any other questions? We cannot mimic we can only mimic do while loop. We cannot properly write or do while loop is not inbuilt in Python. Just a minute, guys, and let me show you. Is it visible to everyone? Yeah. COI. So when you guys were asking about do while loop, basically we can use it by this particular code that we can write while is true, then print hello I plus equals to 1, and if I is less than equals to 5, then it will break. Okay. So what basically do while loop does is do means it will do first, then it will check the condition if it is true or not. For let's take an example of writing 5 times hello. So at the fifth time, it will do. Then it will check if it is done or if it is there or not. Then it will terminate the thing. Okay. Any other doubts? Just a second, guys. I am not able to see your chats. Just a minute. Okay, when to use for loop, when to use while loop. See, for loop use when you exactly know how many times you want to repeat a task or something. Okay, so for an example, iterating over a list, tuple, string, or range of numbers. And when we talk about while loop, use when you don't know in advance how many times you need to repeat or to it to continue where you while certain condition is no longer true. Okay, you can use it like for an example when we talk about for is knowing the number of iterations, and why you don't know in advance whether it's true, like whether this many times it will run or not, whether the condition will run, will be implicable or not. Okay, and while loop is condition based, whereas for loop is number of times you are repeating it that based. Okay, so thumb rule, if I tell you the thumb rule, how you will identify. So for is I know how many times I need to repeat things, and while is I don't know, I will stop when the condition I meet. Okay. Okay. Can we write the same code of for loop in while loop? Okay, yes, you can rewrite a for loop as a while loop because both are just the way to repeat codes. The difference is that for loop handle counting automatically, while loop needs to manage the counter manually. Okay. The for loop, handles initialization and incrementation, and in while loop, you must manually initialize the counters and update it. Uh, Sequence data type. Okay, so sequence data type are the that store multiple items in order manner. Okay, so okay. Let me ask you one thing. What is data structure and what is data type? Are they both similar or different? How? How, guys? How? Explain me. Yeah, data structure is how data is stored. So basically, when we talk about sequence data type, it stores multiple data types at one place. Okay. So we can say that what are the sequence data type that are list, tuple, range, string. Okay. So we are going to have these all things in next class about the data type and all. But for today, it was a very basic. We will have also how the operation works in this kind of data structures and how for loop is work, how while loop is work over this place. Okay. Okay. So I'll be asking you some questions. Okay. And you need to give me answer. So I need to mark you out. Okay. So the first question is, X is Python. Okay. So print X into 2. What would be the answer? Let me give you the question over here. I need answer in hardly 2 to 3 seconds, guys. Python, okay, okay. Okay, so everyone is correct, almost everyone is correct. It will give Python. Okay, why? Because 2 is a number and X is a string. So how it will give me Python? Okay, so with the exponential, a string can be repeat. Okay, so when we use x into 2 or x exponential 2, so what it does, it repeats Python 2 times. Okay, let me give you the next question. This is my question. Okay, wow, very, very quick answer. False. Why false? Float are not true. Yeah, so floating point numbers cannot repeat some decimals exactly. So 0.1 plus 0.2 is actually 0.30000000. Okay. So this is false. Okay. Till here, any doubts? Yeah, false due to the floating point. Till here, any doubt, any question, any ideas you want to share about a project or something like that? Any idea you want from me or something? Okay, let's wrap the session. I hope you like the session. Thank you guys to attend it. Okay, contacting your mentor, you need to, ask to your team, or I will let. Yeah, go on.